It's time for Twig This Week at Google. Matthew Ingram sits in for Stacey Higginbotham. Jeff Jarvis and Aunt Prude are here. A special treat, a visit from Trey Ratcliff. Just for a few minutes, we're going to say hello to Trey Ratcliff.
Woo-hoo.
He's down in New Zealand where there are, count them, zero COVID cases. Hi, Trey.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, there's 0 COVID cases, but 8 million sheep.
No, there is no connection. No connection. Trey has been living down under for, you call it down under, even though it's New Zealand, not Australia, right? Or no? It's Anzac.
Yeah, people refer to it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly down under means Aussie land. We don't like to mix with those.
Trey is an official Kiwi, has been for a decade now, which is great. Moved from Austin. I remember your Austin days, and I remember when you moved, and you're very happy in Queenstown, right?
Yeah. I moved here 10 years ago for a variety of reasons, But actually, on the list, somewhere down there was just in case of global thermonuclear war or a pandemic.
And pandemic won, thank goodness. So.
Who played that?
So I want to talk. We brought Trey on, and of course, Trey's an old friend. Great photographer, one of the best in the world, I'm sure, as you will vouch. Aunt Pruitt. Aunt says he's been stalking you for years. And Trey used to...
Yes, I said that on there. I know.
Yeah, used to do a show on the network. He's been on many times. We've done triangulations with him if you want to learn more about Trey. But the reason to bring you on, Trey, you do... what's interesting is that besides pictures, images... which are, physical objects as well as digital objects. You do something that's fully digital. This Machine Elf site. These are kind of videos. You actually post them on YouTube so people can see them on YouTube. Do you plan to sell these at some point?
Yeah, we actually have a company down here with 4 people, and we're going to be cranking out probably 60 or 70 a year, and right now, we have a licensing deal through a company called TWIT. They make VR headsets.
So it'd be better in a VR. Obviously, be better in a VR headset. You'd be in this. Am I violating your copyright by playing this? Or are you going to sue me?
No.
Okay.
No. You're cool. You're cool, man.
I'm a little gun shy these days. That's another thing to point out, right? I mean. Frequently, our podcasts get taken down because we're playing somebody else's copyrighted material to talk about it, which I deem fair use. Doesn't matter; it still gets taken down.
Fair use.
Yeah. So, this is, it's so interesting. I figured if anybody understood this, it'd be you, Trey.
Yeah, it's all made out of math. It's all made out of fractals. That's my background.
Yeah.
But we're building an app for iPad and stuff, not really, because it'll look nice on the iPad, but we want to have it ready for Apple's VR kit.
Yes.
Because I think they're going to be VR really cool. And of course, they'll be showing off games and all that good stuff. And meditation, these are really visual meditations, is, a multi-billion-dollar market, Calm and Headspace are $2 billion companies. So we're kind of the first to have visual and audio meditations. And, it'd be kind of cool maybe for one of the featured things, because people get tired of playing games. They're just want to lay on the couch and veg out and relax.
Do I have to take ayahuasca to do it, or can I just do it?
It helps. It helps.
It helps. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt.
What makes you think that Apple's VR is going to be the business, if you will, versus what's currently out there now from the likes of Microsoft?
I think because they're so good with style and they're going to look cool, and all these famous people are going to be using them. You're going to see football players on the side on the bench wearing the goggles, just like the ear pods at the World Cup. You see famous people and stars and sports stars using this. You're like, oh, I want to be cool like them. So they'll make it cool. So there's just this Apple effect that's undeniable.
They may not make it better, but they'll at least make it more. They may not make it better, but they'll make it a little bit more socially acceptable. Perhaps.
Yeah, it'll be light. It maybe lasts 5 hours. Your kids can take it in the car. I think they'll do it right. I have a love-hate relationship with that company, but I think they'll do that right.
Right.
Interesting. Is there sound with these Machine Elves? There is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
Why am I
one of
not-
my business partners is a composer, so he composes custom music for it.
Oh, nice.
And then what's kind of cool is
Beautiful.
because these fractals are based on math, I can take his music and make it one of the inputs for the coefficients. So the colors will change perfectly, or the shapes will flex
Interesting.
with the sound. So it's a very trippy experience.
Let's
Did you
let's
develop
all
the-
just watch for
the
a
math?
few minutes and see if we feel better. Do you have the music now, John? Oh. Oh.
We're all going to be hypnotized.
This is straight out of my 18-year-old acid trip college life right here. That's amazing. And because they're fractals, we're just showing little clips from your site, but these are much longer, and you kind of dive into them. I've actually seen quite a few of these. I love these.
Trey, where does the math come from? Do you generate it yourself, or
They're pretty much all the fractals are pretty well known out there. They're made by like
Mandelbrot
mathematicians
sets and so forth.
Right.
Yeah, in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
So I use a program called Mandelbulber, which is incredibly esoteric and difficult to use. It took me like 6 months to figure out how to use it. And then so you can take, any one of 100 fractals, and you combine a fractal that was made by some Austrian mathematician in 1960 with one that was made from German mathematician in 1970, and they merge together and create something totally new. And you can change the parameters over time, and then it extrapolates
Right.
and builds these
Interesting.
beautiful things.
Yeah, fractals are one of the things you do early in your programming career. It's a good way to teach recursion.
and nobody owns a fractal, right? Nobody owns like the algorithm or the equation. Or
Mandelbrot owns it. No, it's a formula. It's a
do you want to hear my
mathematical formula.
fractal joke?
Yeah.
Sure.
So Benoit Mandelbrot's middle initial is B. Do you know what it stands for?
Benoit Mandelbrot.
Yeah. Good one. That's my only fractal joke.
Yes. Here, let me play a full, not a full length one, but because these are like half an hour long. But instead of the show reel, let me just play an individual one, just so you can get a sense of how it kind of you go into it, you dive into it. And again, these are available on Trey's YouTube channel. So the music is Sam Wave. Is that his name?
Yeah, Sam Wave.
So you see, we're going to go into this thing, and one of the properties of fractals is that as you dive into a fractal, the fractal repeats, so it doesn't, the resolution doesn't disappear. You don't ever finish. You just go deeper and deeper. You are now going deep into. Ooh, these are fun. These are fun. You don't really need to take anything to really kind of trip out on these.
Good.
I like it.
Either trip out or find your center.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could see you selling these as NFTs as well, although I think you probably want them to reach a wider audience, Trey.
Yeah, I think we probably will cut them up and sell them as NFTs. Why not? People seem to like animated stuff.
Yeah.
And these are 15, 20 minutes long, and a typical NFT is 15 to 30 seconds long. And so, yeah, we'll see how they do. They're already made, so why not chop them up and you can give it a run?
I have to stop now because there are people who are driving while they're listening to the show, and they're about to drive off the side of the road. It's really nice.
I dozed off there.
They're really amazing, and I have spent far too many hours in your machine elf